Here in Miami, Lone Depot Park, the show has an AL East matchup. It's the All-Stars taking on the All-Stars. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog. I can't wait to see him in action in this one. Practically unstoppable as of late.
First pitch coming your way next. And today on the hill, Luis Severino. What should we keep an eye on here?
Obviously, there's a lot of pressure in this ball game, but important just to try to diffuse that. Take your deep breaths, step off the mound, do whatever you need to do to get yourself in a position. I wouldn't try to get all the strikeouts early. Get the defense involved in this ball game. See if they can get you through a few innings and then find that groove.
Just about to get started. Bobby Witt Jr. now at the plate. And we're underway in game one of the series. Deal one. And a swing and a miss there. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And a swing and a miss, down on strikes, and that's the first out. Okay, let's check out the lineup. It features a great veteran presence, Alex Bregman.
Definitely home cooking for him, Boog. Batting better than .350 here at his home ballpark this season. I mean, a lot of that comes from sleeping in your own bed, having a regular routine, grabbing your favorite meal before you head to the ballpark, all the ins and outs of this place, this city. He's lighting it up, and the home fans, they've been loving it too.
And he hits a ground ball right side, and that one finds its way through. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 99,
Aaron Judge at the plate.
Here's a hitter who's been strong in the clutch lately. More than an RBI per game over his last 10.
What do you got? Swing on the first pitch. Appeal down to first. No swing. He held up. Patrick Johnson with the call there. The Judge takes a strike.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with the pickoff artist on the mound.
The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. He goes down looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Here comes Schwartz to the plate. Fastball for a strike. Schwarber went deep in his most recent game. Harper off of first with 2 away. And that misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right through there for a strike. And that's outside. That's a ball. And it's 2-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Out towards right center field. Tatis under it. And that is that. No score as we head to the bottom of the first. Back here at Lone Depot Park. And towing the slab here, Paul Skeens. Chris, he's got the ability to take control of a game when he's out there.
Well, incredible mound presence, and he's going to attack hitters. Look at that strikeout per 9 ratio over 10 coming into this start. So he's a pitcher that wants the ball. He's aggressive. He knows that he can get the swing and miss, especially when he needs it most. We'll see how effective he is in this one.
Big swing, and he went. And it's 0-1.
Ball, that's out.
And that one hammered. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And it's a double to start the bottom of the first.
He was all over that one. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Ketel Marte digs in now. Put that 600 slugging into context. The league average usually in the low 400s. Marte knocked home 5 runs in his last game. Runner in scoring position, nobody out as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. Next offering is foul back. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. And a big part of it, a guy with a great track record, Juan Soto.
Boog, it's kind of a joke that this guy's got a career OPS over 900. I mean, there are a lot of players that hope that they could just do that in one season, but he's done it his entire career. And in reality, there's only about 60 players that can claim that type of production.
Juan Soto in the box, lays off for ball 1. Soto with a homer in his last game. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
The 2-1. Yeah, that's fouled off.
He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Man at second. Almost got him. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boogie, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Really strong hitting performance recently, working on an 8-game hitting streak.
Swing, and he popped it up. And that's the 3rd out. We played an inning, no score. We move ahead to the top of the second now. And now it's Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman.
And Luis Severino continues. And there's a foul ball. Now the 0-1. Foul ball there. 0-2 now. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. So digging in, Roman Anthony. Second inning here, no score.
No, inside.
Gary Simmons, our plate umpire today, sort of has a reputation as a pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, a little bit of a wider zone than most, I'd say. And a wide zone can be tough to deal with as a hitter because you have to start expanding what you're looking for, covering both sides. And with the stuff pitchers have today, you're just not going to have a lot of success.
Slings to first in time. What about some no-nos? Like, you can't call the umpire blue the way you do in Little League or high school, right?
Yeah, even in the minor leagues, you'll learn quickly. You call the umpire blue, you better learn his name. And that's just part of being a professional player and even a major league player.
Byron Buxton, the next to hit, takes ball one. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all four umpires, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Cal Raleigh hitting on deck circle. Two down, nobody on. Ripped, but it curls foul. Caught him looking for the K. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the inning. Here's Manny Machado to start it off.
The third baseman, Machado.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. He's in the top 10 for most stolen bases in baseball right now, Siggy. You can't ignore him when he gets on base. On the ground, and that's just foul. And that's downstairs. And that's ball one. And there's
That's
the
in. Ball two.
He never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
That
Ball
one
three.
misses. 3-2 down. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does. And you're tied up.
One away.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Junior.
So now here's the DH, Junior Caminero. And a foul ball. Way high with that one. And that is ball one. Swing and a miss. 99. How do you do?
Boom. That's cheddar, baby.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. He's been a great free agent sign.
Yeah!
Rodriguez with an uncharacteristic stretch of poor play lately.
Even superstars have their slumps from time to time, Boog, and he's no exception. He's too good to struggle much longer, though. I'd expect him to turn it around soon.
Swing and a pop-up. Harper settles underneath it. That is the inning. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate, and a look at the numbers. Cal Raleigh leading things off and takes a strike.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Tatis takes it in for the out, and there's one down. 2 of the most potent offenses in the game squaring off. This is Bryce Terang. It's amazing we get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar
That
with
ball's
the
foul.
other more recognizable names in this lineup.
Nobody on the team has more stolen bases than he does this season, Chris. Fastball for a strike.
That's not the first time they've watched a fastball zip by for a strike. I don't know if they're taking intentionally in those spots, but I'd like to see him more aggressive with those pitches.
That's off the inside corner, and a count 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And there's 2 down. Back to the top of the order now. Now it's the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport.
That's a ball. Hey!
Top of the 3rd, no score.
Ball 2.
Check
That's
swing.
ball 3.
He held up. And the count is 3-1. Draws the walk
Picture
there.
base, ball 4.
Man at first. Here's Harper now. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Runner on the go. That's it for a strike. Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close.
Well, that steal right there is wanting to take advantage of having a really good hitter at the plate. Now they've got a much better shot at bringing home a 2-out RBI.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
That one way inside. Man on second, 2 down. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Stays alive. Hard liner. And that'll do it. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. This one in the air, center field. Buxton in position. And a quick out, number 1.
Batting ninth, not shortstop.
And now, Geraldo Perdomo.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
And he is in for a strike. 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The 0-2. That one inside. Look out.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
You can see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you get away with some of those, more margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Tatis now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Two down, nobody on. What a stop. Fires to first. Misplay doesn't cost him. Inning over. On to the 4th. Still scoreless. Back here in Miami. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
That's it there.
Well, he's gotten ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract.
Not close with that one. Going to count 1-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And Judge is down on strikes. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. Next offering is fouled back. Backed off the plate that time. Next
No, that's
offering is
low.
downstairs. Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Swings through it for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Well, pitchers have become so much better at commanding that high fastball. It used to be that a lot of pitchers didn't like to throw it because it'd throw off their release point and their mechanics, and they're aimed at keeping everything at the knees, get ground balls. But because hitters get a swing path that can lift balls at the knees up in the air and over the fence, this pitch has come back into play, and they are doing some special things with it.
2 down, nobody on. Tap foul at the plate. The 0-2. That one
Nope,
just
that's a ball.
misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him swinging for the K. And he strikes out the side here in the 4th. On to the bottom of the 4th now. Still with no score. Bottom of the 4th, Ketel Marte. Up now, he's among the league leaders in homers, and each one feels like it's launched into orbit.
Pitchers try to avoid him, but when they don't, boom. His impact shows up as consistently as anyone in the league.
Yeah, Siggy, he
that's
doesn't
out.
just hit it far. He hits it loud.
Yeah, the ballpark doesn't stand a chance when he squares it up. That tater total just keeps climbing.
Tater total. Nice grab to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Now batting, the left fielder, Juan Soto.
Here's Juan Soto. Struck out swinging his first time.
Over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. If you're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Climbs the ladder and makes the catch.
Wow, that was an awesome leaping catch. Great reactions, great athleticism, and he snatched that thing out of the air, and he robbed him of a base hit.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. 0 for 1. Popped out foul to the catcher his first time up. Close,
Ball
but
one.
called a ball. Ball 1. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And that is that. Through 4, still tied. Zip, zip. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
Anthony.
Back to work. Luis Severino. Anthony batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Activity for the first time in that bullpen down there. Chase Hampton, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Brazoban also getting ready. This one in the air, right field, and it's a foul ball. The 0-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
Pretty simple plan of attack on the mound right there, huh?
Yeah, nothing but fastballs. They just kept putting down the number 1 and letting it fly. I like it.
Yeah, me too, and I'd love to hit against that. But, of course, when you're in the box, you think he's bound to change speeds on you at some point. You're just kind of locked up, sort of like reverse psychology.
Aaron Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Luis Severino will depart. Just 1 hit allowed. He was excellent. And we'll have the new pitcher for you when we get back after a quick break.
Now pitching.
So they turn things over to the righty, Chase Hampton.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
Here's Byron Buxton. Caught looking his first time up. That one fouled off. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Foul off the plate. They'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Fastball is outside. Pitch misses there. Ball 2. Oh, great stop. Over to first. Pretty nice play there.
Now back. Catcher, Cal Raleigh.
And now, Cal Raleigh. He's 0 for 1. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Way inside, gets out of the way.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way.
Now that's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break. Halfway through this one, still no score. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Machado in the box now as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him. First signs of movement in that bullpen out there. Garrett Whitlock, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Vest warming up as well. And another ball.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
He's got it, and there's 1 down.
Now back, the designated hitter, Junior.
Stepping in, Junior Caminero. Cruising on the mound right now, but a dangerous hitter here in this spot. A guy with some slug to him.
Yeah, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
And the sweeper is off the plate. The 1-1 is fouled off. Here's a 1-2. And that almost hit him. All tied up. Last half of inning number 5. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Paul Skeens won't go any further, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now
Pitching change here, Garrett Whitlock.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
And now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Flied out his first time. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too.
Ball. That's inside.
And that one is lifted in the air. Buxton should have this one. And that'll do it. Sixth inning coming up. Still nothing on the scoreboard. Back here at Lone Depot Park. Close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. Bryce Terang will hit next.
The second baseman, Bryce Terang.
Ball. That's outside.
In the
Dan Liceo,
bullpen.
gracias por
Carlos
suscribirte.
Estevez getting loose out there. Santana getting cranked up as well. And the 1-0. And that one fouled off. Hampton, a 6'2" righty, 220 pounds, and he was a 6th-round draft pick in 2022. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. The 1-2. That's inside.
Ball.
That one way inside. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. 3-2. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. 3-2. Struck him out swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. And now it's Bobby Witt Jr. having a lot more success on the road this season.
Ball. That's down.
The 1-0. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-1. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And that quickly 2 away.
Up next for the All-Stars, the first baseman, number 3.
Bryce Harper to the plate. 1 for 2 with a 2-run single back in the first. Popped up to the left into foul ground. And that is that. Bottom of the 6th. Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. And that is out of play. Next offering is foul back. 0-2 now. And
that's a ball.
1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Griffin Jacks, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Bednar getting loose as well. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And they have their first base runner since the first inning.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Geraldo Perdomo, the next to hit, went down on strikes his first time through.
Ball 1.
The 1-0.
That's outside.
Go ahead run at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. That one finds the corner, and the count 2-1. Line drive, base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Jack knocks out of the way. Wells, the lead runner, out at second. Perdomo at first with no outs. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And that is a big first out.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning. And that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. You look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his glove.
Big at bat coming up for Ketel Marte. That one close, ruled the ball. And that's ball 1.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Two on, 1 out.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Can't glove it cleanly. Still manages a throw, but it's not in time. Base hit.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
Big situation, and here comes the big bat of Juan Soto. Golden opportunity right here. Close, but called a ball. Ball one. One out, bases full. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. One runs in. Another comes in to score, and they lead by 2.
Gets him on the board first, coming through with 2 RBIs on that swing. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield, and took it back in the game thought, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Garrett Whitlock is done. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. Will Vest taking over on the mound.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
And a big spot here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. That one hops off the wall and should score at least one. One run across. Another comes in to score, and they're up by 4.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
One out, runner at second. Here comes Manny Machado. He's a bullpen arm that keeps the ball in the ballpark. But obviously, out of the bullpen, you're looking to limit home runs.
Yeah, and that's why he's such a high-leverage arm. Just doesn't matter for him. He looks at attacking the zone and attacking hitters regardless of the situation.
Man at second. That misses the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Throws to first in time.
Up next for the All-Star, the designated hitter.
Now it's the DH, Junior Caminero, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Nope, outside.
Man on second, 2 down. There's a swing and a miss. Here's a high chopper. Turang over to first in time. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. We're through 6 full. The All-Stars out front here, 4-0. Back here in Miami, here comes Aaron Judge. The All-Stars in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
That one outside, and it's 1-0. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Fought off foul.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
The 1-1. And a swing and a miss. Swing and a ground ball. Slings to first in time.
Now back Designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
And Kyle Schwarber will come up. First-round pick out of Indiana back in 2014. And it's fouled away. In the air to left center. 2 away.
Up next for the All-Stars, the third baseman, Alex.
Here's Alex Bregman. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. 2 down, nobody on. Soto gets under it, reaching for it, and brings it in. Starting to run out of outs as they're unable to chip away. 7th inning stretch time. The All-Stars have the advantage, 4-0.
Now pitching.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Brad Keller.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Julio Rodriguez getting ready to hit. He's a guy who does it all.
Rodriguez.
That's ball 2.
Breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
2-0. There's a swing and a drive. And that one hops the wall. Throws to second. And that's a leadoff double.
A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel, it's out of here easily. But there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Wells digs in now, 1 for 2. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one carrying. Going, gone! The 2-run shot, his first homer of the year, and they tack on to their lead. It's 6-0. These fans are really excited right now.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Geraldo Perdomo will hit next. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a miss, 98 on the gun.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
In the air, left field, and that'll fall for a base hit. And a man aboard.
Definitely found the perfect spot. Those can be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field, you're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball. Hit something like that you can rob a little soft flare in front of you, but perfectly placed, so you reward the hitter with it.
Tatis in the box here lets that one go for a ball. And there's a foul ball.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. 1-2 now. And the slider just misses.
That's what you want. It's a good miss.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Here's Ketel Marte, 1 for 3. First offering way inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Hey!
Ground ball right side, could be 2. Slings to second, double play.
He's out.
What a twin killing to end the inning. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 6-0 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Oscar Brazoban.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Now the left fielder, Roman Anthony. Swing and a ball popped up. Machado under it. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the All-Stars, the center fielder, number 25.
So up next, Byron Buxton. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? USA with a lot of ground to make up, and we're at the top of the 8th. And a foul ball.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
That misses, and the count is 1-2. Got him swinging. And the batter now, Cal Raleigh. And that one's a little bit low. And that is ball 1. Fastball almost got him there.
2-0 count. You really don't want to give in here. You've got to work the edges, really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into this count.
2 down, nobody on. Now
Ball 3.
Missed. Bryce Terang waiting for a turn at the plate. .3-0 down. And there's ball 4.
Take your bait.
The batter number 50, second baseman, Bryce Terang.
Digging in, Bryce Terang. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Carrying well. And forget it. And they cut into the deficit. It's 6-2.
This game just got a little more interesting with that home run. Well, we put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
So back to the top of the order. Here's Bobby Witt Jr. Ground ball to the middle. That's a base hit. And that extends the inning for Bryce Harper.
Up next for the All-Stars.
Aaron Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Huascar Brazoban out of the game. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching.
New pitcher now, Juan Mejia. He's pitching on 2 days rest. So Harper stands in. The first overall pick back in 2010.
¡Ahí!
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Ball one there. And they'll do it again. The 1-2. And that's down
ball
and
two.
away. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Rodriguez hustles to get it in. And they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Judge at the plate and takes high there.
When it unravels, it can unravel pretty quickly. And right now, you're in a situation where you're one swing away from it being a one-run ball game.
Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Movement in the bullpen. Camilo Doval getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Uribe also getting ready. On the ground to first, Guerrero. He takes it on his own. They limit the damage here. So it may be too little, too late, but they're on the board here in the late going. Now a 6-2 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show.
Now pitching.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Griffin Jacks. Three, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Here's Juan Soto.
Sometimes it takes a couple of pitches to get a feel, especially when you move from that bullpen mound into this game mound.
And the 1-0.
Ball, that's off the plate.
High fly ball down the left field line. Anthony on the move. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. the next to hit.
Hey!
in at second. Pitch
Yep,
misses
that ball went out.
outside. And the count is 1-1. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Bregman settles under this one. One down.
Up next for Santo Domingo, the third baseman, Manny.
So now with one away and a man at second. Now the third baseman, Manny Machado. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. On the ground to third. And that's a base hit. Coming around third is Soto. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5. One gone, runner at first. And here is Junior Caminero. 0 for 3 in this one.
Ball.
The 1-0. Swings through that one for strike one. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Man at first, one away. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Julio Rodriguez getting ready to hit. And first offering is fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Goes down looking. So one run in the inning on this base hit. It's 7-2. Back here at Lone Depot Park. About to get underway. Bobby Witt Jr. getting ready to hit. And this four-game set is underway.
That's outside.
That misses the zone, and it's 3-0. Gets the outside corner with that one. Right through there for a strike.
3-1 count. Saying to himself, I've got to get a fastball here. Just spins a get-me-over breaking ball to bring the count full.
Swing and a ball popped in
the air. That ball's foul.
And it's a foul ball. 3-2. Payoff pitch. This one in the air right field. Tatis brings it in with a nice running grab. Take a look at the lineup. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Alex Bregman.
Yeah, Boog, and he's got a favorable matchup today facing that righty on the hill. He's batting over .350 against right-handed pitching this season. Just knocking the ball all over the yard, it seems. I'm thinking he's an impact player in this one for sure.
Here's Bryce Harper. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. Next offering is fouled back. The 0-2. That one ran inside, almost got him. Lone Depot Park just underway here. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Just goes down and gets it. Looks like it's a breaking ball, but he's so good. Went down and got it.
Here's Judge now. Outside corner. There's a strike. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Out of here. Aaron Judge leads the arc. His 12th of the season, and it gives him the lead in the first. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. So many times a sinker inside is a foul ball off the ankle for the batter. But that time he did a really nice job of staying inside the pitch and getting through.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Schwarber launched a homer in his most recent game. Here's the 0-1. Foul ball. Here's something to watch, Singy. He's got the best OPS on the team. He can hurt you. Swing and a miss. 98 miles per hour in the gun.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
2 down, nobody on. Fouled off left side. Swing and a miss. That's the first cutter we've seen today. It was effective. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's 2-zip. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Today's starting pitcher, Paul Skeens. He's near the top in strikeouts, and opponents still haven't figured him out.
Yeah, his swing and miss is nasty, baffling would-be hitters on a weekly basis.
It's not just his power, it's his command of the strike zone that jumps out to me, Siggy.
Yeah, he must see TV. Sign me up for that subscription. Every game is a pitching clinic.
Fernando Tatis Jr., the leadoff batter as he swings through it for strike 1. And a big swing and a miss. And they'll do it again. And there's a ball. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And 1 out now.
The second baseman,
And let's take a look at the lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Geraldo Perdomo.
Boog, if I'm the manager, this is the guy I wanted to play with the game on the line. I mean, he's just so special in these situations. The best of the best, man, they find a way to visualize those big moments well in advance, and they just slow everything down when they get into that situation. They come to a plate with a plan, they've studied the pitcher, and they just seem to execute a lot more than the average guy. I think that's part of what makes him so special.
Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Marte matched a homer in his last game.
Ball 2.
And a 2-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the #3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
And the 0-1.
First two hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Inside, almost got him.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Just misses.
Outside.
And it's 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it, on to first. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout. USA out front here, 2-0. On now to the top half of inning number 2. Here's the left fielder, Roman Anthony.
Ball. Hey!
Gary Simmons has the plate duty in this one.
Well, with Simmons, it's not always your standard strike zone, Boog. It kind of gives a little extra in some parts of the zone and then can be tighter in others. But I think the important thing is he doesn't get labeled as inconsistent, so you got to stay ready up there.
Fair ball. And a good start to the inning.
Café con ambas, gracias por suscribirte.
Here's Byron Buxton. Just missed. And the 1-0. Swings through that one. Anthony aboard here at first with nobody out. And that's in for a strike. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Pretty simple plan of attack on the mound right there, huh?
Yeah, nothing but fastballs. They just kept putting down the number 1 and letting it fly. I like it.
Yeah, me too, and I'd love to hit against that. But, of course, when you're in the box, you think he's bound to change speeds on you at some point. You're just kind of locked up, sort of like reverse psychology.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. Into the second deck it goes, and they add on. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. He got his front foot down. He was strong on his backside, and when his bat went through the zone, there's no question that ball was going to travel out of the ballpark. But that's, if you were putting a tape together, positive to watch, that's it right there. Just a perfect swing.
This is Bryce terrain.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
2 runs across in the inning as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. Backed off the plate that time.
Ball, that's in.
And now it's filled up. And that's a strikeout looking. And that's 4 strikeouts.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
So the batting order turns over. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. Right through there for a strike. Two down, nobody on.
Ball, that pitch is up.
Out to short. Perdomo on the first. And Witt is out. And that'll do it. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back here at Lone Depot Park, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. stepping in. You look at where his OPS ranks in the league and think, this man's just out here breaking calculators, Singy.
Yeah, it's like he's got cheat codes. Walks, bombs, doubles. He's doing it all.
Swing, and all the bat went flying there. And that one misses up and in. And a count 1-2. Almost got him. Center field. Buxton should have this one. 1 down.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Manny Machado.
And now it's Manny Machado.
That's out.
He's
Outside,
clearly
that's
trying
a
to
ball.
work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
And
Ball,
another
that's
ball.
up there.
And that's ball
Ball
4.
four.
And that's how they
Perfect.
get their first base runner of the game.
designated hitter, Junior Caminero.
So now here's the DH, Junior Caminero.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately, averaging more than 2 hits per game in his last 5.
And that one pulled foul. Check swing called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 0-2. That one
That's a
way
ball.
inside.
Ball 2.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Center fielder, Julio.
First and second, 1 out. Rodriguez will hit next.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
What a stop. There's one. Double play.
Yeah.
What a twin killing to end the inning. So they're able to work around a pair of walks in the inning. We head on down to the top of the 3rd. USA out front 4-0. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate, and a look at the numbers. Harper leading things off and takes a strike.
Now, I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
Fought off foul. Oh, 0-2 now. Swings through him for the K. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. It's Aaron Judge now.
Well, Boog, the biggest storyline coming in is just how hot he's been at the plate. Today's no different. Already producing. He's a true X factor.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field. And he delivers once again. Yet another multi-hit game. Darren Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Luis Severino out of the game, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching.
Chase Hampton on the pitch out of the pen here. Man at first with 1 gone. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Kyle Schwarber. And that one upstairs. Up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Up next for the All-Stars.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Alex Bregman.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Out in front and foul to the left side. 2 on, 1 out. Grounded to third. Could be 2. And he can't come up with it. To second, there's 1. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. USA had the lead 4-0. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Back here in Miami, here's the catcher, Austin Wells.
Pretty smart not to serve something up for him right there. He's really good at hitting the first pitch. Well, it looks like they want to be real patient with him today. Make him come in the zone. Challenge these hitters. Make him work hard for his outs.
The 1-1.
Nope. That's inside.
Teams come in knowing that he can strike out the house. They're very aggressive because they don't want to fall into a 2-strike count.
Jack
inside, ball 3.
Way. And a payoff pitch. Got him swinging. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
And now, Geraldo Perdomo. And that one is in the dirt. And it's 1-0. The shortstop takes the ball.
And that's a pitch early in this game. He needs called for a strike. Struggling with command issues. He's got to get a little help from the umpire.
Aye.
Chop to third.
That's foul.
And that's just foul. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Now batting, right fielder, Fernando Tatis.
Back to the top of the order now. And the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
There's a strike.
2.
Outside.
Ball, that's out.
Now 1-2.
David Chan, gracias por suscribirte.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he strikes out the side for the second time today. USA have the advantage 4-0. As we go to the top of the 4th, now the left fielder, Roman Anthony. Have to say, he's one of the most impressive young players I've seen in recent years.
Well, no question about it. His future is very bright. The city, the organization, both are excited about him. He has a lot to look forward to.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. 1 up, 1 down.
When you look at the ability to save runs defensively, but then also put runs up on the scoreboard, that's the kind of player that every championship team needs to have.
So Buxton gets a chance to hit now. Byron Buxton, former 2nd overall pick back in 2012, right after Carlos Correa became the first pick in that draft.
No, that's
on
foul.
The ground to third, and it goes just foul. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Next
That's
offering
ball
misses. 2-2. Stays alive. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Just
Ball,
missed.
that's outside.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. We didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. And here's the catcher, Cal Raleigh. He's already homered here in this one. And that one upstairs, ball 1. That's in there, and now it's even 1-1.
That's a ball.
That one
Ball
missed.
3.
Bryce Terang getting on deck circle. Two down, nobody on. To the right side. Oh, great stop. To first. And it beats him. What a play. USA on top here, 4-0. Bottom 4, Ketel Marte with an impressive home run total. Top 5 in the league is legit, Singy.
Oh, for sure, Boog. He's got that don't make a mistake vibe every time he steps in.
That one pushed to the left and foul.
Well, a big lead like this is comfortable many times, but not when these two teams are matching up. You got to continue to keep your head down, play catch with that catcher, and just try to move through this lineup.
Here's the 0-2. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Quite the start to this game on the mound, looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already, so this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out.
Armando
I'm impressed with what we're
gracias por
seeing here.
suscribirte.
Soto,
Ball
the
inside.
next to hit, takes ball 1. USA leading by 4. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. 2-2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The 2-2. Swing and a ball popped up. Bregman takes it in for the out. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Vladimir.
2 down, base is empty. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's 0 for 1. That one hammered, but pulled foul.
Well, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough.
Bregman to first, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. USA lead it 4-0. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Terang.
Terang
Off the
in the
plate,
box
ball
now
one.
as he looks at ball one. Second plate appearance of the day for him. Movement in the bullpen. Huascar Brazoban appears to be getting loose.
Oh, he looks
Inside
more
ball.
focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
And there's
Nope.
a ball.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that
That's
he's
ball
thrown,
four.
good pitches, but even better takes.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr.
So back to the top of the order. And now Bobby Witt Jr. This is
Ball, that's
again
low.
5 in a row. Can't
Ball.
find it here. That's 6 straight balls. And there's a foul ball. Quick toss to first.
No, he's
Terang
in.
dives back in safely. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, I'm sure that steal will raise a couple of eyebrows because of this big lead, but I think it's more respect for their opponent, knowing that they've got to continue to add on if they're going to win this game. Don't take it as an offense. Take it as a sign of respect.
Man at second. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Here comes the always dangerous Bryce Harper in a big situation.
Hey!
You'll one.
Hey! 2.
That one just misses.
0-2 curve right there. Hitter kind of expects that. And good job of just showing that confidence and trying to get back into this count.
Breaking ball,
And
and
hit
that
him.
got him.
First base.
Up next for the All-Stars, the right fielder.
Critical at bat coming up, and in steps Aaron Judge.
Another steady performance at the plate today after riding a hot streak, Boog. His consistency in the box has been impressive. The
Hey!
opportunity for a huge inning exists right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. But as a hitter, can't be over anxious. That pitcher is up against the wall. Make him come to you.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got it.
Hit in the air, left field. Soto under it. He's got it. Runner tags from third. Play at the plate. Not in time. He's safe. It's 5-0.
Now back to designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
2 aboard with 1 out. And here's the slugger who starts at DH. Kyle Schwarber, 1 for 2.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him, gives him a little bit of confidence, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at-bat?
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
And Schwartz strikes out.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first two pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after it.
2 aboard, 2 outs. And now Alex Bregman. That's off the inside corner, and that is ball 1. Sliced hard but foul.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
2 on, 2 outs. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swings and misses, struck him out. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. Last half of the 5th coming up. USA out front here, 5-0. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Third baseman, Machado.
Machado, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1.
You know, this group of hitters, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Outside low, ball 2.
Hey!
Good job to fight that one off. Up the middle. Not there in time. And that's the first hit for them in this one. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Paul Skeens departs. Just 1 hit allowed. He was excellent. And we'll have the new pitcher for you when we get back after a quick break. Garrett Whitlock on the pitch here.
Oh, he's having an excellent season so far. ERA is under 2. A lot of flexibility coming out of the bullpen.
So man aboard. Here's a big power threat. Junior Caminero walked his first time. The 1-0.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
And that one is lifted in the air. Judge settles underneath it. 1 away.
Now batting, the center fielder, Julio.
1 out man at first. And now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. He's 0 for 1. Got it started a little too early. Strike one. And now the 0-1. Hammered. Could be extra bases. Machado around second. And it'll be runners at second and third. Only one away.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Austin Wells. His first at bat was a strikeout. Line to right, base hit. One run is in. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now. We're still only one away.
Comes through with the RBI. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And here is Geraldo Perdomo. Struck out swinging his first time.
Hey!
2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. In comes the run from third. It's 5-2.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Shortened up the swing and went right back up the middle. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate in Fernando Tatis Jr., who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That one almost got him.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
In the air, right field. Judge on the move. Brings it in. Runner tags at second.
Now, we'll see if moving up to third there pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be a base hit. We'll see what happens.
Big at bat coming up for Ketel Marte.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
And ball one. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Griffin Jacks up and loosening in the pen. Bednar getting loose as well. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score. Last half of inning number 5. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Here's a 1-1. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. And that ends the inning. So 5 innings in the books now with the no-hitter officially over. The All-Stars on top 5-2. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game. They hand the ball over to a new arm, Oscar Brazoban.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's the left fielder, Roman Anthony.
0-1.
These 2 offenses can put up runs in a hurry. The 1-0. And another
Oh, that's
ball.
out.
Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Juan Mejia getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Soto, the power lefty, up as well. And that one is in for a strike at 95. And it's 2-1. On the ground, right side. Guerrero takes it to the bag, and that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the sixth. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Byron Buxton. He has, as they like to say,
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
That's right. And it's fouled away. And he pumps it a strike. Brazoban, in his fourth year, he features a changeup, a sinker, a cutter, and he works in a four-seamer. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 0-2. And that one is inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
And it's
Ball
even
two.
up. And
That's ball
downstairs.
three.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. Hard hit left side. Slinging it to first in time.
Up next for the All-Stars, the catcher, Cal Raleigh.
And the batter now, Cal Raleigh. And he's already left his mark on this game.
He certainly has, Boog. A two-run shot in the second inning, and that made an early impact on this game in a
Chite,
big
gracias
way.
por suscribirte.
He swings and fouls one off. Two down, nobody on. That one fouled off. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. And that's down and away. Two down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the sixth. Hit hard on the ground is short. Fires over to Guerrero. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. USA with the lead 5-2. Back now for the bottom of the sixth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Will Vest.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
3-4-5 due up for the home team. Here's a big power threat. Juan Soto.
No count. Not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Outside low, and that's ball one. foul ball. He stays alive.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Ah, that hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Now batting, first base.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame. So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Not close with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, that's fouled off. Soto gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And that's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to.
Manny Machado to the dish for a pivotal at-bat.
Dionisio Apolinar Ceballos Díaz, gracias por suscribirte.
First and second, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Swings and misses. 1 and 2. And Machado able to spoil that pitch. Foul ball, still a 1 and 2 count. Breaking ball misses down and away.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
2-2 on the way. In the air out to center. Base hit into the outfield. Fires it to the plate. Safe. He gets the tag. 5-3 now. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
First and second, no outs. Caminero, the next to hit. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Late swing, fouled off. Popped up, and the infield fly is
Infield
called.
fly, batter's out.
Now batting, center fielder,
Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate now in a big spot.
Luna tú, gracias por suscribirte.
All eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone.
Wrap that pitch down.
Swing and a miss. That is strike 2. Swinging, it's a strikeout.
Well, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss, as you did right there.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Will Vest is done, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Griffin Jacks gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
2 outs, runners at first and second. Austin Wells now at the plate.
Hey!
Way inside, gets out of the way. 2 on, 2 outs.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
The 2-1. Outside of the breaking ball. Two on, 2 outs. And that is out of play. Sets him down looking. Inning over, and it could have been worse. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 5-3. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Gregory Soto.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's the second baseman, Bryce Terang. He is struck out, and he is walked.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Yep, that ball went out.
The 1-1. That one ripped, but foul. Swings and misses. Run gone here.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. The 0-1. Ground ball, Vlad Jr. He takes it on his own, and 2 away to start the 7th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Bryce Harper.
2 outs, base is empty. And now here is Harper.
Ball.
That one pushed foul. That's a strike, and the count is 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7.
Xiao Nian Xian, gracias por suscribirte.
That misses the zone, and the count is 2-2.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Aaron Judge would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
Hey, looking, and he didn't like the call. USA out front 5-3. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
The shortstop, Tim Harder.
And that one fouled off. The 0-1. Sliced hard, but fouled down the left side.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Grounds one to short. Tosses to first. A great play deep in the hole.
Now back, right here.
Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. 0 for 3 in this one. Swinging a foul straight back. Swinging a ground ball. Throw to first is in time.
Up next for the All-Star, the second baseman.
Here's Ketel Marte. A pair of strikeouts, and he's flied to center.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Ground ball right side, and that's just foul. 2 down, nobody on. Pitch misses there, and the count is 3-1.
Just doesn't seem to want to throw him a fastball.
And a strike on the outside edge. And that one hammered. This one is crushed. Gone. He dunks it off the foul pole. And just like that, they're within a run. Here comes the crowd. They're feeling it right now.
Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it flanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
So 2 down. Watch Soto down. Hey! The 0-1.
That's a ball.
Left field. Anthony flying after this one. And he one-hops the wall. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
I love that swing, and I'm sure his hitting coach does even more. Took a pitch right on the low outside corner of the zone, just ripped it for a base hit. And that's easier said than done. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Here comes a skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Griffin Jacks gives way, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching.
David Bednar gets the call from the pen.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
So now it's the full-hole hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 for 3. On the ground, right side, Turan throws to first in time, and that's terrific work out of the bullpen. One pitch to end the frame, but not before they answer back with a solo home run. It's now a 5-4 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Carlos Estevez. Well, one-run game. Here comes Aaron Judge.
He's been locked in lately, and today's been no different, Boog. Really good balance in the box. It's been impressive. Just looks comfortable out there.
Popped up first base side. And it falls. So a man on base to start the inning.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. That's one of those things where, as a hitter, you kind of feel like you were due for something like that to drop in for you, no matter how good or bad you've been swinging the bat as of late. And he just fought it off and dropped it in there perfectly.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Kyle Schwarber. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. Judge gets his lead at first with nobody out.
Nope.
Activity in the bullpen. Dennis Santana getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Mejia also getting ready. Zero velocity 97 with that fastball. The next pitch misses. 3-1 now. So one puts runners at first and second.
Now batting. Third baseman, Alex Bregman.
And in this critical spot, up steps Alex Bregman. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And that drops in for a strike.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
The 0-1.
Ball that's outside.
Just missed.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
And a foul ball. Two and two. And that's a strikeout looking.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
At the plate, Roman Anthony. That one at the knees for a strike.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
2 on, 1 out. Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Here comes the Judge around third. 1 runs in. Here comes Schwarber around third, and it gets by him. The run scores all the way from first. Goes to third, but he beats it, and everyone's safe.
big at bat to pad their lead up to 3. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Darren Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Carlos Estevez won't go any further. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. The new pitcher in the game, Juan Mejia.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
1 down, runner at third. Buxton getting ready to hit. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. And a swing and a miss. Swings through that.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Got him. 2 down.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infielders in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
Raleigh in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Ball 1.
Ball to strike. Oh, that
That's
one
Bolton.
almost gets him again. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Here's a 2-2. 2 outs and a runner at third, and we're in the top of the 8th. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Good job of damage control right there. But they pick up a pair here, both coming on this 2-run triple. It's now 7-4. You're dialed into the show. Back here at Lone Depot Park, bottom of the 8th. Manny Machado up to the plate.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row, because hitters just can't lay off of it.
There you go.
Swing on an 0-2. Appeal to first. No swing. He held up. Patrick Johnson with the call there. The 1-2. That one missing
That's inside.
There's a swing and a drive. That one's carrying. Out of here. Manny Machado leaves the yard. Home run number 5 on the season, and they cut into the lead. It's 7-5. This crowd has really come alive. This place is loud.
That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
So now the DH spot, Junior Caminero. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads.
Oh, that's
Just
upset.
missed.
Alexi de Roa, gracias por suscribirte.
Fouled off left side. Bednar, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a curve, and occasionally works in a splitter. Oh, what a stop. Over to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Great cat-like reflexes right there. Lays out, knocks the ball down, and then fires with that rocket arm all the way across the diamond. Man, put this guy on the mound.
Julio Rodriguez will hit next. And the 1-0.
If you're on the mound right now, you know you have to retire this hitter. If he gets on base, it could open up the floodgates for this offense to score some runs.
Hey!
One out, base is empty, and a run in here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. Wow. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. High fly ball down the left field line. That's going back. Back some more. And it is out of here. It's their second home run of the inning, and they cut into the deficit.
He really needed that swing. He hasn't been getting a ton of results at the plate lately, so I'm sure that one felt especially good. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
One down. Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. And fouled off. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Anthony under it. And there's 2 away.
Up next for Santo Domingo, the shortstop.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. David Bednar won't go any further tonight. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching.
Brad Keller will take over here.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Geraldo Perdomo digs in now, known for his late inning heroics.
This is a close game. It's high leverage. Even if it's late, hold them right there and try to win in the bottom of the 9th if you don't tie it up in this 8th.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. He's got it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And this is now a 7-6 ball game. go here. Bobby Witt Jr. getting ready to hit.
Bobby Witt Jr.
And this 4-game set is underway. This one in the air right field. Tatis after it. Makes the catch, one down. Let's take a look at our lineup. And one of the most exciting young stars in the sport, Roman Anthony.
And Boog, he's a guy who loves coming up with the chance to drive in his teammates. It's like he finds another level of focus. Batting over 300 with runners in scoring position this season. And you know what? Because of that, I wonder if the guys in front of him will see some better pitches to hit, because you don't want to put any free base runners on with him looming in the on-deck circle.
Bryce Harper in the box with one away as he takes ball one.
That's a ball.
Lone Depot Park just underway here. That one ripped, but foul. Fouls one off. 2-2. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it drops in. And that's a one-out single.
That is third. The right fielder, number 99.
And now big number 99, Aaron Judge.
Here's a hitter who's been strong in the clutch lately. More than an RBI per game over his last 10.
And the 1-0. And
Oh, that's off the plate.
On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3, double play. And the inning is over. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. No score. Back here at Lone Depot Park. And starting in this one, Paul Skeens. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Obviously, there's a lot of pressure in this ball game, but important just to try to diffuse that. Take your deep breaths, step off the mound, do whatever you need to do to get yourself in a position. I wouldn't try to get all the strikeouts early. Get the defense involved in this ball game. See if they can get you through a few innings, and then find that groove.
Sliced hard but foul. Now the 0-1. See the velocity, 97 with that fastball. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
Okay, let's check out the lineup. One guy leading the way
gracias por
offensively for
suscribirte.
this club right now, Junior Caminero.
Yeah, Boog, no doubt. He's a huge reason for this club's success this year. I mean, these guys are benefiting in a big way from his clutch at bats and really just the overall production he's been able to put together so far. Leads the American League in RBIs, so expect him to play a role in this one.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Anthony takes it in for the out. 2 away.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 22.
Juan Soto now. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging too. And first offering is fouled off.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. 2 down, nobody on.
Ball.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. And that's in the dirt. And the count is even, 2-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get front.
Threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. Scoreless after 1. Back here in Miami, second inning set to go. And Kyle Schwarber will come up. Schwarber matched a homer in his last game. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
The healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And there's one away.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
And now it's Alex Bregman. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
María Huerta, gracias por suscribirte.
Ball, that's low.
No score here in the second. Bounced up the middle. Marte. Throw to first in time.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Roman Anthony.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Roman Anthony.
Too high. Ball.
Just
Nope, that's
missed.
inside.
Sliced hard, but fouled down the left side.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
2 down, nobody on. Called
Hey,
strike, a
dude.
sinker at the bottom of the zone. Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. And delivers
That's out.
outside. Byron Buxton to bat next. And a payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Got him swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the inning, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact and just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter. First pitch way inside a fastball. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
There's some players, for whatever reasons, they seem to just face a slew of right-handed pitchers, and their comfort level increased so much that they actually prefer to face that same side thrower in a tough situation.
So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. I always talk about it. Get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
And now it's Manny Machado. He's been a great free agent sign. Oh, 1 now.
Hey!
Strike 3. Skeen sends him packing.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Junior Caminero.
I'm liking what I've seen from him at the dish lately. Currently owns a 7-game hitting
Ball
streak.
one.
First pitch misses. Guerrero stands at first with 1 out.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3. It's a double play, and that'll do it for the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We played 2 full. We're tied, 0-0. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate, and a look at the numbers. Byron Buxton, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
The 1-0. There's a swing and a drive. That's got a chance. It bangs off the wall. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Cal Raleigh will hit next. Yeah, that's fouled off. These two offenses can put up runs in a hurry. USA with a chance to score first as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. In the dirt, blocked. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that's a base hit. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
Nice job going the opposite way with it, letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly.
This is Bryce Terang. Ripped, but it throws foul.
Gabriel Piñero, gracias por suscribirte.
USA looking to strike first. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. And the
Nope,
sweeper
that's
is
the ball.
off the plate. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And there's a ball.
That's
This is a
inside.
situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Now
That's ball
miss.
3.
That pitch was pretty borderline at the top of the zone, and he's not digging the call out there on the mound. Clearly pretty frustrated, so he's going to have to collect himself a little.
Fair ball. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
First and second, no outs. And now it's Bobby Witt Jr. He's 0 for 1. Upstairs.
Nope.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. That one back there. He's got it. Running tags at second. Both runners able to move up. Aggressive play, and it's second and third now. One away.
The first baseman, number 3, White.
Runners at second and third and 1 out. And now here is Harper. Golden opportunity right here.
This is the classic manufacturing a run situation. The runner at third, less than 2 outs, and a golden opportunity to bring him home.
Ball.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there are 2 outs.
Now batting for the United States, the right fielder, number 99,
Aaron Judge at the plate.
Yeah, the biggest storyline coming in was just how hot he's been. Haven't seen it yet today, but it's still early, dude. Well, count, look for him to be aggressive here. You got some runners on base, an opportunity to catch a mistake and put some runs up on the board.
Ball.
Two on, 2 outs. That one found hard the other way. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Good job of damage control right there. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. It's an AL. Back here at Lone Depot Park, stepping in, Julio Rodriguez.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Swing and a miss.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Swings through it for the K. And that's 4 strikeouts.
batting in, the catcher, number 28,
Austin Wells digs in now.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
In there for strike 1. Gets him to chase after that one.
Wow, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed differential between the fastball and that pitch, really hard for a hitter to get on time with it.
Here's the 0-2. Went with the sweeper, but it misses. Missed with a changeup, and it's 2-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
That misses the zone. Ball 3.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
100 miles an hour, foul that off. That's a good piece of swinging. I won't say hitting because he didn't get a knock, but a good piece of swinging to keep the at bat alive.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Geraldo Perdomo now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. The shortstop takes the ball.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
And that's way
that's
high.
too high.
Now 2-2. That one just
down.
misses. This one in the air, center field. Buxton under it. And that'll do it. USA with the lead, 1-0. Back here in Miami, start of the 4th. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here.
Kyle Schwarber.
You know, this group of hitters doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Foul ball, still 0-2.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Set down on strikes. Not sure about that call. Pitcher might have gotten a friendly strike 3.
Well, it's just a great job of playing catch with the catcher. Exactly where the catcher set up is where he threw that pitch, and probably fooled the umpire a little bit because there was no budge at all.
Now it's Alex Bregman. 0 for 1 so far. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Here comes the 0-1.
Nope. Ball 1.
That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And now it's even up. And that's downstairs and outside. Upstairs, outside, that's ball 4.
Now batting, the left fielder, Roman Anthony.
Man at first, Roman Anthony, the next to hit. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time.
That's a ball.
Maybe a surprise here as the bullpen is already stirring. Chase Hampton getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Hampton getting loose as well. The 1-0.
Hey!
Awkward swing there from the big left-handed hitter.
Off balance as well.
And that's a fair ball. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
Definitely found the perfect spot. Those can be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field. You're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball. Hit something like that you can rob a little soft flare in front of you, but perfectly placed, so you reward the hitter with it.
Here's Byron Buxton.
Hey!
Runners at first and second with one gone. Top half of inning number 4. There's a strike.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Amor Pinzón, gracias por suscribirte.
And downstairs.
Way to lay off that pitch down. He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Out towards right center field. Tatis under it. 2 away down.
Now back, catcher Cal Raleigh.
2 aboard, 2 outs. And the batter now, Cal Raleigh. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Well, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
Backed off the plate that time.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2 on, 2 outs. And a foul ball. Makes the count 2-1. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Stays alive.
These hitters like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, or you're in a broadcast booth, or you're a writer, better keep your eye on the game.
Base hit! Here comes Bregman around third. Runner from second crosses the plate.
Picks himself up an RBI. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Aaron Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Luis Severino will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching.
So they turn things over to the righty, Chase Hampton.
Well, at this point in the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you get a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
And now Bryce Terang singled and drove in a run his first time through. And a foul ball.
That's down.
First and second, 2 down. Next offer in there for a strike. And it's 1-2.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. In the dirt. Got him swinging for the K. In and over, and it could have been worse. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. It's now a 2-0 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. Swing and a liner foul off to the right.
Well, these guys just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Got him looking, and he did not like the call.
No, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well, and you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Marte in the box here lets that one go for a ball. And the 1-0. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. Inside, almost got him. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. USA up by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Gotta love the resiliency shown in that at-bat, battling with 2 strikes. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
And now it's Juan Soto. Struck out swinging his first time. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch.
The first baseman, Vladimir.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Single to right in his first trip. This guy makes great contact. One of the best in the game at putting bat on ball.
He's got such quick hands, and he's gaining pitch recognition. That keeps him square to the plate. There's a good chance that his bat stays in the zone a long time, and that produces solid contact consistently.
Swings through that one. And ball 1. Struck him out swinging. Picks up strikeout number 7. USA out front here, 2-0. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Well, these players digging into their numbers have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, man. It's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat, and that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him. One gone here.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a great pitch for pitchers to finish hitters off. They're trying to stay back with 2 strikes, make sure that they can handle something off speed, and just with good spin rate, good rotation through the zone, elevate it a little bit, get a lot of swings and misses, and that's a really nice job right there.
And that is out of play. That one way inside. Here's Harper, the count 2-1.
Aye.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Here's the 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Battling here as he fouls it away. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Good job to fight that one off.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
And that one is downstairs, and it's 3-2. He hauls it in, 2 away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Here's Judge now. Two down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. At the plate, Kyle Schwarber, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1.
Hey.
Judge, the runner at first with 2 gone. And that one almost hit him. He swings and fouls one off. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. USA lead it 2-0.
Now
Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, Garrett Whitlock.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Here's Manny Machado. He struck out swinging at his first at bat.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
And that one missing low. Action in the pen down there. Will Vest, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. That one ripped, but foul. Here's a 1-1. Swings through that.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
That's a little bit low. And Machado able to spoil that pitch. Swings and misses. Machado is gone, and there's one away.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, blowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous two-strike pitch.
Here's a big power threat. Junior Caminero. He hit into a double play his first time up. USA leading by 2, last half of inning number 5.
Y de caso Tanaka, gracias por suscribirte.
That misses, and that's ball 2. Oh, he gloves it, fires to first. Nicely done for the out.
Great cat-like reflexes right there. Lays out, knocks the ball down, and then fires with that rocket arm all the way across the diamond. Man, put this guy in the mound.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. His first at-bat was a strikeout. Ground ball up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. Misplay doesn't cost him, inning over.
Batter tried to stretch that one into a double, but he wasn't about to let that happen. Nice job to get to the ball and fire that one into second, just in time to get the...
Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. Next to hit, Alex Bregman.
United States, the third baseman, Alex Bregman.
Nope,
Moving
that's a
in
ball.
the bullpen, Juan Mejia, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Soto warming up as well.
Ahí.
Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now one gone at the top of the sixth.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Anthony
Inside
stands
ball.
in here, leaves that one off the inside. Check swing, called strike, and it's 1-1. And that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
The batter, the center fielder,
Byron Buxton getting ready to hit. 1 for 2. The 1-0. And that one fouled off. Singing, he boasts a batting average at the moment that ranks in the top 5 in
gracias
the
por
league.
suscribirte.
Ball to strike.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Swing and a miss. And out 2-2. Outside. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Quick feed to second for 1. A double play that was. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On to the bottom of inning number 6. USA on top 2-0. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show.
now pitching.
Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Will Vest.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. Struck out swinging his first time.
It's so important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
The 0-1 just missed. Vest, in his 5th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. Close one, doesn't get the call. 2-1.
And now a little barking back towards the umpire. Clearly thought he got that outside corner on what was a pretty big pitch. Sometimes that only makes it worse for you moving forward, but it can also open up that location in the future if the umpire thinks there's a chance that he missed it.
That one in for a strike. 2-2. Jack moves out of the way. Payoff pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
The shortstop,
Geraldo Perdomo will hit next. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Sliced hard but foul. The stolen base numbers this season are good enough to put him top 5 in baseball, Siggy. 0-1.
Ball, that's outside.
USA holding on to a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Well, that was an important at-bat in this game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate in Fernando Tatis Jr.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Swing and a miss.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there.
Got him looking for the strikeout. And that is a big first out.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Big at bat coming up for Ketel Marte. Hard hit to right center. And this one looks like trouble. Here comes Wells around 3rd. 1 runs in. Will cut off down to the plate. Save! We are tied at 2.
Well, we're starting over. 2 RBIs with that swing, and this one is tied. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Will Vest gives way, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break. Brad Keller will take over here.
And he's been fantastic this year, really stingy in terms of allowing base runners. He's just got great stuff that's tough to square up.
Here's Juan Soto.
That's outside.
Man at second. Swing, and all the bat went flying there. And that's outside.
That's out.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position. Hitters
Fernando
count.
Rodríguez,
Vladimir
gracias por
Guerrero
suscribirte.
Jr. in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. The 3-1. Fastball for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
That's a good at-bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. And a big spot here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
1 out. Runners at first and second. That one hammered, but pulled foul.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
That's ball
slider
two.
just misses. And that one finds its way through. Here comes Marte around third. He scores and they have the lead. Coming around third is Soto. Across is the runner from first. Where the third is offline. That gets by him.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Manny Machado to the dish for a pivotal at-bat. Swinging a foul out of play. Here's your one. Drilled in the air out towards right center. He's got it. Runner tags for home. He'll score on the sac fly, and they take a 3-run lead.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
So no one on after the sac fly. Caminero digs in now.
Off the plate, ball one.
And he dodges that fastball.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
2 down, nobody on. That one in there across the letters. Fouls one off. 2-2. And that's a strikeout looking. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. But they take the lead thanks to a 5-run outburst. We're through 6 full. The All-Stars on top here, 5-2.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Carlos Estevez. He last pitched 2 days ago. Cal Raleigh now at the plate.
The catcher, Cal Raleigh.
I say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
And the 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. Estevez, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. Got him looking. That was pretty nasty.
Oh, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
So digging in, Bryce Terang.
Ball, that's just out.
The 1-0. This one in the air right field. Tatis really on his horse for it. Makes the catch for the second out. So back to the top of the order. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Top of the zone for a called strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, Not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
And that one ripped to left. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And it gets by him. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Here's Harper now. 1 for 3. That's a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That pitch clips the outside corner. 0-2.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Man on second, 2 down. And that one ripped into right. And that is that. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Griffin Jacks.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Rodriguez leading things off and takes a strike. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. What a stop. And they get the out.
Up next for Santo Domingo, the catcher, number 28.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Austin Wells. He is struck out and he is walked.
Nope.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Line drive, and this might be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a 2-bagger.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
1 out. Runner at second. Perdomo, the next to hit. That one's in there, 0-1.
That's a ball.
One out and a runner at second here, the bottom of the 7th. Got him swinging.
Now batting, the right fielder, Fernando.
And the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Jags. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts in a tough spot like this. That is a big-time benefit.
That's
Ball,
outside.
that's out.
And the count even 1-1.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode
that's off the
coming
plate.
right
Ball
at
2.
you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Man at second. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Rounds third, headed for the plate. There comes the throw. The
Lawrence,
tag is safe,
gracias por
and they lead
suscribirte.
by 4.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
So 2 down. Now at the plate, Ketel Marte. And that one upstairs. And the 1-0. And that one hammered. And it's off the foul pole for a home run. Ketel Marte leaves the yard. His 12th of the season, and they boost their lead. It's 8-2. This crowd has really come alive. This place is loud.
Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something, but really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Griffin Jacks won't go any further, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. David Bednar takes over on the mound.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Here's Juan Soto. Two down, nobody on.
Ball upstairs. Aye.
Outside
Ball 3.
low, 3-1. That's ball 4, trying another fastball that missed the spot. So a man aboard, and here is Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
If you're trying to keep the line moving, this is the guy you want at the plate. Such a good hitter. Can also flash some power.
And first offering is fouled off. That's the third. Bregman gets him easily, ends the inning. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. And this is now an 8-2 ball game. Back here at Lone Depot Park, we go to the 8th. Here comes Aaron Judge.
He's been an absolute hitting machine, Boog. The hype is real. Major contributor for this team.
Swings and misses. That's strike 1. And a swing and a miss there. And
Ball,
1-2.
upstairs.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. The hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
And there's a ball. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Good eye in that spot. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
What do you got?
Swing, tried to hold up, now an appeal to first. No, he held back. That's ball 4. And here's the slugger who starts at DH, Kyle Schwarber. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
Ball.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Judge aboard here at first with nobody out. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Next offering is outside. That one misses, and the count's full.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. This one in the air right field, and it falls. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Alex Bregman. First pitch just misses. USA with a chance to get back into it, and we're at the top of the 8th. And that one fouled off.
Ball. Down.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. No outs, runners at first and second. Called out on strikes. Now the left fielder, Roman Anthony. And that finds the mark on the outside corner. 0-1.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Ball.
Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. Lifted in the air down the left side, and that is foul. And that's a little bit high.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And everyone's safe. They're loaded.
Now batting for the United States.
So bases loaded with one away. Buxton will hit next. And a foul ball. All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. That one fouled off. 0-2 now. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
Darren Boone makes his way out of the dugout, and he will make a move to the bullpen. Carlos Estevez done for the night, and he leaves with the bases loaded, so he'll look for some help from his teammate coming in behind him.
Now pitching.
New pitcher now, Huascar Brazoban.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
The switch hitting catcher will come up to hit. Cal Raleigh.
Ball 1.
Bases loaded, 2 down.
Hey!
Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. 1 run across. Now a long throw home. There's the tag. They get it, and that's the inning. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. The All-Stars have the lead 8-3. Back here in Miami, ready for the bottom of the 8th. Manny Machado getting ready to hit.
Machado.
If you're not ready for that pitch, you're just going to swing and miss or pop it up, waste the at-bat. If you're going to let it go, you better be ready to swing it.
Ball! That pitch is out.
Bednar, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a curve, and occasionally works in a splitter.
Ball 2.
And it's fouled away. And it remains 2-2. Up the middle. Slinging it to first in time.
Up next for Santo Domingo, the designated hitter, Junior.
Now it's the DH, Junior Caminero. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. And first offering is fouled off.
Ball! That's upstairs. Ball 2.
In the air, right field. Judge settles under it, brings it in, and there's 2 away.
Up next for Santo Domingo.
And now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. He's a guy who does it all. Right through there for a strike. Comes up empty.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
2 down, nobody on. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
I wouldn't say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these pitchers really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. It's a ball and 2 strikes. That's a base hit. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. There's the tag. They get him, and that's the inning.
Maybe a tad surprised to see the runner test his arm like that. Well, the decision backfired, and we got to see a great highlight out of it.
All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the second baseman, number 15. Two of the most potent offenses in the game squaring off. The 1-0.
That's ball 2.
Brazaban goes 6 feet 3 inches. He features a changeup, a sinker, a cutter, and he works in a 4-seamer. 2-0. And that's
ball
too
3.
high.